Okay, I think we are live. Are we live? Yeah, we are live. Okay, hey, I am Olajide Paris, and in this video, we're going to be checking out Andea by Richard Harvey with Orchestral Tools. Before I get started, please check out my free composer gear guide, which you can get at makecinematicmusic.com for recommendations on everything from computers and software to sample libraries, headphones, interfaces, and all of that good stuff for composers. So a little bit about Andea. Yeah, I didn't work on this one, but I'm good friends with Orchestral Tools, and they told me a little bit about it. This is produced by Richard Harvey, who is the same guy who did Phoenix, the Phoenix orchestra for Orchestral Tools, which was their Chinese orchestra instrument that they released, I think, last year for Sign Player. So this is a follow-up, and this features all of the instruments from the continent of South America and some Central America too, I believe. I've recorded a lot of the instruments that are included here. Not for this collection. I mean, in general, I've recorded them for other collections like World Suite 2, for UVI, and for Zonuscore, who's another client of mine, and others. So I'm super interested to see how their and Richard's approach and vision was. There's some really cool stuff in here. So let's check out, starting from the Ronroco, and I'll try to give you a little bit of information about each instrument, at least the ones that I know about. Cool. That doesn't load up so bad. So keep in mind, I am on my MacBook Pro. I've got a makeshift streaming setup here. I'm in Yerevan, Armenia right now, where I'm recording another project. So I've just put together this little setup with my MacBook Pro. So fans might get a little bit loud and loading times might be a little bit slow. So the Ronroco is the kind of baritone version of the Charango, which we'll see next, and it's basically like a mini guitar-like instrument that it's often made with the back of an armadillo, or it's often decorated with the back of an armadillo. It's got like this kind of concave back. It's very kind of bottom-heavy wood, and the strings are doubled in octaves and in unison, and it sounds like this. So let's start with sustains chromatic. Let's check out the sustains. And I think what they did in the different versions is they have it separated by string. Or chromatically, so that you can just play however you like. Here's portato. And the portato short. Turn on my monitor a bit. Staccato. Some bends. Ooh, those are cool. Trills. Let's go up. My favorite chords. So the way these are is chords major on this side, I think. And they're velocity sensitive in the sense that you get different lengths of strums depending on how hard you press. So softer is going to be like this. And then you're going to get more like a rasgueado, or like an arpeggiated chord when you go higher. And the same thing for the minors. Oops, wrong way. And another very cool addition here is the chords tremolo. I could use those all day. Okay, so those are just one velocity. And that's one of those things that would be completely impossible to do without those performances recorded. Dead notes, this is really cool. So this is like if you've played a stringed instrument before, like a guitar-like instrument, and you just lightly put your hand over the strings and then strike like you're strumming, deadening the notes. That's what that effect is. So very cool. That's the Ronroco. Now we'll go to the Charango. Replace that with that. So the Charango is going to be the higher pitched variant of these two instruments. So starting from sustained chromatic. And then the standard sustains. Again, I think these are arranged by string because the charango is such a specific instrument, the way that it's tuned. I have a charango and Ronroco at home that I'm still learning to play. They are somewhat challenging instruments, so it's really great to have such high quality samples available for these. Again, portato long. Portato short. Staccato. I wonder how many round robin there are. Looks like 4. Okay, that's pretty good. Then we have the slides. Really useful to have those for these styles of music. The trills. Yeah, and these are all in different strings. Chords. Start with the and the minor chords. Yeah, I can already see lots of ideas for those, and the chords tremolo. Amazing effects. So these are different variations, like rhythmic variations of the dead notes, similar to the dead notes patch from the Ronroco. Now let's check out the Charango lean. I'm going to very briefly go to sustained chromatic so I can keep track of the range here. So the Charango starts here from this, what is that, a B? Or no, it's an E. And if we load up Charango lean, I think this is going to be a higher pitched version. So we were there. Oh, opposite. So this is another size, another variant of the instrument. And I didn't get an opportunity to record the Charango lean because these instruments are actually pretty hard to find. Charango you can find ish. Like I know a guy in England that has one. I have a buddy in Berlin that has one. You can find a charango if you want to record one. Ronroco is pretty difficult outside of Southern America, South America, and charango lean is probably also going to be something that only a handful of specialists have, or people that are playing traditional music in South America. So again, really just great to have these accessible. And yeah, so sustains, portato long. And portato short, staccato. And keep in mind the tunings of the strings are different. So they're being really authentic to that here in this library. Bends, trills, and the chords sustain. So they just did one chords patch here. And I think, if I remember correctly, yeah, you have power chords down here, which is super cool. 2 different velocities. Major. Oops. And the minor. And there's, as you can see, there's 2 round robins each for this. Very, very cool. So that's the Charango family. Here's the 8-string ukulele. I don't know what country this comes from, but it's very cool. By the way, if you're interested, Ronroco you tend to find in, I think it's originally from, oh, let me get this right. I think it's originally from Peru, but you can also find it in Argentina and some other South American countries. I'm not sure of the origin of this 8-string lute, but let's have a listen. I'm sorry, 8-string ukulele. Portato long. I think what we have here is the open strings, I'm not sure. Portato short. Staccato. Oops, accidentally hit my pitch bend there. Didn't mean to do that. Yeah, we can see that there's 4 round robin here, which is really cool. Trills, let's see. Yeah, and these are complete. They seem to be chromatic, which is really nice to have that amount of control and detail for an instrument like that. You can go really deep with something like that. Okay, and this one looks like it's yeah, power chords. 2 round robin. It looks like it's mezzo forte only. Then we have the 2 versions here for the majors. They're kind of straight, and then the arpeggiated, and then, ooh, I love that. Yeah, it's really beautiful. Very harp-like. Doesn't really sound so guitar-like. Very cool. Next is the Cavaquinho, which is a, it's from Brazil. And this is like a very small kind of guitar-like instrument. It's got 4 strings, and the strings are steel. It's actually very hard on the fingers and calluses. So even if you do play the Cavaquinho, if you don't play every day, you don't have the calluses to play, and it can be great to have a virtual instrument like this. Okay, portato long. And shorts. And staccato. So I can already hear so many applications for this. This could be used somewhere where you want to have something really kind of quirky sounding. Here's the chords minor. It's got this really nice kind of jangly. sound to it. Dead notes. Could use those all day. Here's some nice taps and knocks and things like that. That could be really useful too for creating some cool percussive effects. The Cuatro, where is that one from? Cuatro. I don't want to lie to you. I think I should know where the Cuatro's from. Here are the sustains. I think the Cuatro's from Mexico. This is a really nice playable patch. Very responsive. Sustains. Portato long. I think it's great that they did portato and they did long and shorts. We can check out the short. Staccato. Yeah, that high velocity is nice and tight. Tremolos. And the random tremolos. Let's check that out. Oh. There's a Q starter right there. Very nice. Bends done chromatically again. Great addition. And same with the trills, I guess. Chords. So again, I think we have fourths, it sounds like. Or fifths, rather, power chords. Then minor or major. And the minor. I mean, I even think this could be really great for songwriters too, not just composers. Yeah, really great for doing percussive stuff. These dead notes and effects patches in the pluck strings category. Next is the Tiple, and I would be lying to you if I told you I knew where the Tiple is. I will tell you only about the instruments that I'm familiar with, but let's check it out anyway. Yeah, so this is another one with doubled steel strings in octaves, or sorry, in definitely unison. It almost sounds like a more tame version of the sitar or something. Very cool. Portato long. Portato short. And staccato. Oop, I'm out of range. Yeah, I like that. And it's got, yeah, it's just such a great kind of raw, you can hear the I don't even know what the word is. I used the word jangly before. the really kind of jangly nature of the strings in the instrument, like it's right on the edge of bursting. Really nice raw sound. Here are some slides, which were sampled chromatically, it looks like. Yeah, super cool to have those. And again, trills. I have to tell you, having experienced sampling instruments like this, it takes a lot of time to go this deep into a strummed instrument. I'm guessing they spent at least a few days per instrument, so this was done over a long period of time. Those are the chords, and then our good friend dead notes. Okay, moving on to the tres. Now, tres is an instrument I know about a little bit. This is another guitar-like instrument that's often used in salsa music for playing the motonos. Motonos or montonos? I don't know, it's been a while. Which is the kind of like arpeggiated accompaniment that the piano plays. And the tres will often just mirror what the right hand of the piano, or both hands of the piano are doing. Like, don't laugh, because I'm totally not I'm neither a keyboard player nor a salsa keyboard player nor a tres player, but I'll try to do it like change the octaves here. Like that kind of thing is what the tres tends to do alongside the piano in salsa. So it's really great to have that instrument. I can only think of a couple of libraries that even have that. So good job, guys, putting that in there. Yeah, so it seems like what the standard sustain is just the instrument recorded as by string, and then the chromatic just gives you an easy representation of that you can just easily access without having to think of the construction of the instrument, which is super useful because you probably don't have time to look up the idiosyncrasies of every instrument, and when it's in samples, you don't really need to. Portados. Yeah, I think the portados are good. I'm not going to play through those too much. Ooh, that's such a great sounding staccato. Bends. All right, trills. And chords. So power chords. Okay, I don't have perfect pitch, but somehow when I played that, the first thing I thought of was Concierto de Aranjuez, and lo and behold, it's in the key of D major. So maybe I don't have perfect pitch, but I can recognize D major by itself. Minor chords and dead notes. Ooh, I like that. Yeah, I think there's some interesting sound design possibilities with the effects from the stringed instruments, plucked strings. Next we have Guitara. Okay, sustains. Yeah, so this sounds like a nylon string guitar, and Yeah, and it's tuned down to D, which I don't know if they drop tuned it or what, but yeah, very cool. Very nice sounding guitar. I'm going to jump right to the chords here because they have a couple variations of chords that I'm really curious how those turned out. Ooh. Very nicely done. So it probably takes a while to get used to the mapping in that, like I said, different velocities trigger different performances of chords. But once you get the hang of it, you could easily program some very realistic parts, and you have a lot of versatility because of the variety of chord performances that they gave you. These are upstroke chords, so the other ones I'm guessing are just downstroke. So really useful to have these two. Another level of realism for you. Next we have the Paraguayan harp. So this is just a harp from Paraguay. I don't know what the dimensions are, but we can have a listen to it. Yeah, that's nice. Let's listen to staccato. Solid. Glissandos. Okay. And the guitarron, which is the big, this is like that big round-backed guitar that you see in mariachi bands in Mexico and in Southern California. And this is basically the bass. It's like a bass guitar. Now, what's that chord, that pattern they do on the ranchos music? It's like... I don't know what I did there. Well, there's a reason I never played in mariachi bands. Start with a 1. I think it's more 1-5 that they do. And then I think they do it in root position though, so it's more like... something like that. If you're an expert on mariachi music, please, mariachi music, I'm talking like a gringo, please correct me in the comments. Cortado, long and staccato. Yeah, that could be a really nice alternative bass instrument for some some cues, some nice cool slow glissandos, because it's not a fretted instrument. It's kind of like a stand-up bass. Fulls. Yeah, that'll be cool. All right, so that concludes the plucked strings. Let's see what we have in the winds. Oh boy, we have a lot of winds. I don't know if I'm going to get through all of these. Let's see how much of these we can get through. So here's the Aztec flower flute in F. Yeah, a lot of these have really limited range, so, but they just went to so much detail. And let's check out the pinculo. And I don't know anything about any of these wind instruments, I'll be completely honest. Check out sustained ornaments. And staccato overblown accent. Yeah. Yeah, those overblown articulations are always great. Got a real tribal, really visceral sound to them. So we've got the Pinculo 2, which is the same articulations. I'm guessing just a different tuning. So this one is what, in G? And this one is also in G. I guess it's just two different instruments, same tuning. Okay, so yeah, pretty much the same thing, just different version of the instrument. We have Tarka in E. All right, so this one's mapped a little different. I think what's really cool about these is how deep they went to each instrument. Bends. How deep they went into each instrument regardless of its range, that they got the most out of that was possible out of each instrument and just presented it to you. This is the best possible sampled version, you know, despite whatever nuances or not nuances, but quirks of the instrument that exist. Those are great. These are sustains ornaments. I love how it just flows into this nice vibrato at the end. Then the staccato. That really is a staccato, and then this is more staccatissimo. Yeah, I need to make some progress here on this, so this is going to be a 3-hour video. Genacho. And I think what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to play a little bit of each one. I can't go through every articulation. That will take all night. Which at a certain point, you're just going to have to say, well, there's just so much in here and it all sounds good, and I'm going to get this library. So that's Native American flute. Moseño 1. Let's try Mosenyo 2. Yeah, so same tuning, just different instrument. Nice, so that's like a nice low flute. Cool, so we're done with the flutes, but we still got more winds. How much percussion do we have? Quite a lot. I'm gonna have to curate a bit when we get there. Ocarinas, so let's go to panpipes. We have the Chulisicus, which we'll start with. I love that. It's almost a kind of a tremolo sound. Swells. Sforzandi. Almost kind of overblown sound. Kinds of possibilities. Then we have the Malta Sicus, which appear to have the same articulation, so I'm guessing that's some variant of that. Sicus. Toyos. Let's have a listen to this. I love this. This is nice, kind of like very breathy sound. In like the bass or baritone range. The staccato shorts, I'm guessing, are going to sound, yeah. Very hard to even get the pitch. It's almost just like a very fast whisper. Okay, and then the contratoyo, which I think is just a lower version. And here's an actual overblown. Cool, so that's the panpipes. And now here are some ocarinas. Here's a Peruvian ocarina. Oh, with legato. That's got to be cool. Let's check that out. Flutter tongue. I'm a sucker for flutter tongue. I have not heard anything like that in a library before. So 3 different lengths of flutter tongue. That is going deep, my friends. Then we have more ocarinas. They're all different sizes of ocarinas, and let's take a look. They all have the same articulations, pretty much, which is then you just have much more flexibility with the ranges in which you can have these performances and the timbres and everything like that. I'm not going to go through all of the ocarinas. I think we're getting to the point where you're starting to get a sense of the value of the library. I'm just going to go through some of the percussion in here now. I don't think I want to do the standard stuff because you've heard bongo, conga before. Here's something more interesting, maybe cajita coplera. Let's see. So that's a nice kind of low one you can put in your epic percussion template. And then we have bombo, 1, 2, and 3, and then bombo compacto. So let's check out the bombos. Get a sense of what these are. Yeah, so another kind of low mid percussion for you. And I guess like a side stick, side hits. So yeah, this library is definitely not just for world instrument composition and doing things that are in the style of, you know, South American music. You can very much use this for any type of underscoring or even epic or action type music. So I'm guessing these are just variations of the same drum. I won't play through all of those. We have some shakers here in different sizes and constructions. I'm going to go to the wooden folder here. Guito. You know the Guito. That's the Brazilian, that really kind of quirky Brazilian instrument. Let's do this. I'm not always good with how I drop things into sine. And this has pretty extensive round robin. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 round robin. Good job, guys. That is some dedication right there. Okay, cool. And then we have our cajones, 1 and 2. I love the cajon, so I'm actually going to load this up. Okay. The log drums are cool because they're kind of, well, you'll hear it. So let's start with the Ashwood log drum. And here are some single hits. Turn this up a bit. So it's got a nice yeah, I like that. Here's the rosewood log drum. Rosewood. Yeah, lots of potential here for your percussion template. Dynamics and rolls. And then finally, I have to play this one because it says giant oakwood log drum. I'm expecting this to sound nice and big. Let's hear what that sounds like. Yeah. And I'm sorry that you can also hear my my keyboard. I'll try to play a little softer. And then finally, special. Okay. Berimbau. I think I had that confused with a Guido. Yeah. So this is that really cool Brazilian kind of tonal percussion. We've got a cultrun, which sounds like this. Yeah. Caixita rítmica. Let's check that out. So that should be a little caixa. Okay. And then last but not least, angara, which I'm not familiar with. Let's hear what that sounds like. Angara. So that is that's Andea. The only thing I didn't show you was the mic positions. Let's take a look at what the mic positions are like here. Load up our mixer. And I'm assuming these are going to be the same for all instruments. But yeah, so we have 3 spot mics and a room mic, which is super useful. And, oops. Let's see if it's the same across instruments. I did not check. I definitely should know this, and I didn't check. And yes, 3 spot mics and a room mic. So that is Andea by Orchestral Tools with Richard Harvey. You can pick it up now at orchestraltools.com. If you're watching this anytime near the live stream, I think it's $2.99 intro, and it's normally $3.99, so that's a pretty massive discount. yeah, this is pretty much the be all end all collection for South American Latin instruments. And great job, guys, at Orchestral Tools for putting this out. And I look forward to seeing and hearing what you come up with next. Before I let you go, I do want to remind you to pick up my free Composer's Gear Guide for expert recommendations on everything from computers, DAWs, and things like interfaces, you name it, at makecinematicmusic.com. Thanks for checking out my live stream on Andea, and I will see you soon.